Hello, everybody. Welcome to my weird and wonderful world. And warning, this may be a bit of a babbling video. I may babble on a little bit, but it's all got to. It's all for a point. This is both a talk on my obsessions right now, what I'm obsessed about at the moment, and and a little bit of a channel news here and there, I guess, thrown into the mix. So it's going to be a big mixed bag of things here. But I'm going to give you an episode today, and I was thinking about my obsessions because last night, going before going to bed, because I was having a little bit, I wasn't tired. I wanted to go to bed, but I wasn't tired. And I decided, okay, I'm going to play. I'm going to be playing "Angst in My Pants" by Sparks in the meantime. So, yeah, let me start talking about my obsessions. Sparks. Sparks and King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. Now, I'm telling you right now, this is my second favorite band of all time. This is my second favorite band of all time at the moment. And I've only known them for a short moment, okay, in my lifetime. Only the last three maybe. Well, Sparks a little bit longer than King Gizzard. I found out about King Gizzard just maybe about a year after I discovered Sparks. But either way, they've been wowing me. They've been like and they have certain similarities, although but differences. They're so different, but it's those similarities. Okay, not talking about the differences, but talking about the similarities. Yeah. First of all, this is my main obsession because I have to do another ranking of Sparks very soon because listening to that in the headphones last night, and I really I shut my mind off to all other thoughts, and I really just wanted to pay attention to this. And as soon as I was done listening to it, I fell asleep instantly. Like as soon as it was done, I took off the headphones, put it onto the floor next to me, and then I swear I had to be out the next second. It's so good, so good. But I remember because getting to that "Eaten by the Monster of Love," like yeah, it's such a great album. I have to do some new rankings of Sparks soon because this is like, yeah, that was so good. But I tell you what, I play a lot. I've been playing this a lot. I've been playing "Number One in Heaven" for sure by Sparks because I'm obsessed. Now I kind of see a pattern within there's six songs. Okay, there's just six songs, but you look at that the overall, if you were able just to look at the overall narrative of what this is, okay, of where how all six songs kind of connect and they tell a bigger story. Because I mean, look at the we I don't know if it's been mentioned before on any other channel, but you just look at the just the fact that it starts off okay with birth. Not even just birth, almost like pre-birth. Okay, from the very beginning of a life to the end of a life. So it covers all the way from life to death. That I think that's a pretty interesting connection. That when you get to a cool disco, I keep calling it disco, but it's not disco. It's really awesome synth pop, 100%. And using a spark plug to represent, sparks to represent them that hey, we're a spark plug. We get your motor running. And they do. This album is meant to get your motor running. And that's why the spark plug is there. And yeah, it covers life and death. I mean, so trials for the human race, you're making a life. You're starting out, and then when you're finally in a life, when you get to the second song, you're now on this big stage of life. So all the world's a stage, and you're you know and you're talking about not your performances, but somebody else's performance, but still talking about, a performance in this life after you've been birthed already. And then you're kind of you're dabbling around with living life in your in kind of in your own fundamental way with La Dolce Vita. So so at this point in your life, you made a lifestyle choice. That this is my lifestyle choice. This is how I'm going to live. So then the next song, okay, because now you're getting in the hustle and bustle of daily life because now you're truly living. So you gotta beat the clock. You gotta beat the clock. You gotta beat the clock. But before you can die, you need to discover your other voice. You need to start looking within yourself and be retrospective, and and think about your other voice. And then once you actually gain your wisdom. That's what I think the other voice sort of represents is your type of is your wisdom. But then when you get, once, then number one in heaven, you know if you should die while while you're asleep, if you should die while crossing the street, the song that you'll hear, I guarantee, it's number one all over in heaven. So yeah. That's my when I the few times that I played this, more than a few times. I played this a lot. I've been playing this a lot. So yeah, next ranking I do of the albums, I'm going to try to estimate by how many times have I played the albums, you know, and so, I mean, right now in my player, because I need to play it more, of course. Oh, by the way, that's where I ended up putting the hype sticker on the booklet, right? So I don't want to ever cover up the beautiful artwork on the front. Absolutely not. So, where is the most unobtrusive spot on that cover to be able to put a sticker and not obscure anything? It's his T-shirt. So it's like he puts on a different T-shirt and then he makes the photo again of the hype sticker. Such a great picture of them. I do love that. And yeah, so my obsessions right now is King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard and Sparks. And when I'm saying that I'm becoming obsessive with this album, I want to draw. Okay, I want to draw a very special chart that displays all of where each song intersects with the other song and how it all kind of, I have the chart in my head, and I want to put that on paper, and I want to display that for you of how this thing rolls. Like Evil Death Roll, it rolls. And how does it roll? It rolls like a Doom Train, Doom Train. It just I love it. The Robot Stop. You just starting with Robot Stop is such a driving, energetic song. Yeah, I'm obsessed with all of their work, all of their stuff. I still listen to Paper Mache Dream Balloon. Flying Mycotona Banana. I listen to those a lot. So yeah, these are my obsession. The only other album that has been able to sneak in beyond all, because for the last 3 to 4 weeks, I swear, 85 to 90% of what I listen to is Sparks, or King Gizzard, one or the other, and equal measure. So I was able, like, but can future days, and I'm going to get Monster Movie this weekend. I have to get Monster Movie this weekend. I hope it's still at Frank's Music. I might just send them a message, like Carl. I might send Carl Barter a message and ask him to, if Monster Movie is there, to put it away for me for the weekend, because I will be up on either most likely Saturday to pick it up for sure. That's my only CD purchase I'm going to do because very like in the next couple of weeks I will be ordering some more Sparks CDs. I absolutely need Indiscreet. I absolutely should get everything that was suggested to me on my special live stream with Larry Graves, Monty Mullen, and and Paul Barrett. Sorry, I almost like kind of yeah no Paul. How could I forget? You know, they're all awesome. And yeah, again, I want to just thank them one more time for the awesome time and the awesome and again, I just want to remind everybody that despite the technical difficulties, we still had a great and awesome time. I loved where the talk actually went. I liked how, regardless of I was still pretty professional and I kept it on exactly the subject matter that we needed to. I'm super happy with that. I've actually, again, talking about my obsession, I've watched that 10 times, at least 10 times, that whole live stream I did because it just tickles me. It just like of course at the beginning, the first quarter of that live stream, I cringe. I cringe at some of the and but once I get used to the lag a little bit and wait for things to kind of and then only start talking when I know that okay they want me to really want to speak, you know like I always wanted to let them finish their thoughts. I never wanted to cut them off whatsoever at all ever. So and I'm going to be doing it again there soon. And so some channel news. I I yeah I'm what was I going to say? So yeah, I lost my train of thought, but I know I had some channel news. All to say that I am really again looking into doing some improvements there. I am learning again, learning so much. And very soon, I would say within a week and a half from now, okay, I am going to be playing this for you. I'm going to be using my phone. I'll do it outside. And I'm going to show you what I've been learning on this. I am really taking this seriously. And even though it's only like how many keys there is, and just to show you, that's my keyboard, okay? That's my keyboard. It's not enough keys. I go from F, okay, from this F to C. Yes, I can change the octave on it. I can change up or down one octave. That's it. And it does help. And there are some cool little features in there I like to demonstrate for you guys. I'm getting very familiar with all the tones and the rhythms and finding. I'm trying to find odd sounds and ways of just kind of I want my music to be unique and very and creative as I can get. I mean, I am learning other people's stuff and that too. Okay, I was going to get a bass at one point, right? So I had gotten this right. I mean, of course, this is only for a bass, right? And this doesn't actually help me for this doesn't help me at all for the keyboard, not necessarily. But what sort of does a bit is this part at the end where that part here at the end where I'm talking about scale, what is a scale and how a scale is formed and the C major scale, and then it gives you all the formula and note names which I know how to do and everything. And I'm and how to use my scale, but I am learning as many chords as I can find. There is a standard chord chart that I am referring to, and but I'm using this as a guide so I can know how to do Lydian and Dorian and Mixolydian and blues and learning how to do those because I know these notes right on the keyboard. I know where the C is, D because it's all labeled, and I know how to so I know that if I press those keys on the keyboard, that those are my scales, and these are pretty much all the major, like the most typical ones. There's a bit more than that. There's not just that, but there is a bit more to that. But yeah, that is my starting little chart guide to learning more about music for you. On another note, I just kind of want to bring up my lights behind me, and that uh, you're gonna if you watch my channel often enough and consistently enough, you're gonna see you'll start noticing patterns with my lights that they do specific things or even certain color coding specifically to either holidays or just temperament or acceptance. Right now, the colors that I'm using right now is to represent acceptance, okay, and getting along and being at peace. And so whenever you see, and this is just the six colors, I can actually go higher. I can go up to almost 12 colors, but this is just the sixth one. It's that middle button on the top, the second row, basically that button right here that I'm touching right there. That's the color scheme I'm using. And so, and there's a reason why it's going down. When it's going up, is a good, there's a good reason why it's going up. If it's actually something that's static and not actually going up or down, but something changing on the screen itself, that means everything is kind of normal and even and even scale. But it's going down right now, and if you can figure out why it's going down, hopefully you can help me with that. I think, is that all I want to say? Because I don't rehearse these. This is my first take, and I'm hope and if I flub up here and there, it's me being real and me being candid and me not want. I am going to be editing eventually. I will be editing eventually. I will be giving you some cooler content. And like I said, look forward, like especially even this weekend where I'm going to go live. I'm not going to announce when. It's whenever I'm out there, and it's going to probably be mostly either in the afternoon or in the evening of my, Atlantic Atlantic daylight time on my end. You can convert it to your daylight time wherever you are. But yeah, that's I'm going to be doing some more stuff like that, and you don't know what I'm going to talk about. You don't know where I'm going to be, and so I'll so sometimes is when I'm out biking around or if I'm out walking around. That's sometimes where I get some amazing thoughts, and if I'm not in a hurry, if I'm not going anywhere, if I'm just actually kind of outside enjoying the outside, that's when I'm going to pop up my phone and say, hey, I'm just going to get in touch with you guys. And again, it could be for no apparent reason. It's just for me to express myself if I have something to say. But I just kind of wanted to talk about my obsessions right now. And that's the video I wanted to kind of give you today with all this cool stuff. Um, Oh, what else? That's it. That's it. That's all. Just to say how much I love you guys out there and how much you mean to me. And I've been watching some other people's I've been watching content from some of my subscribers here and there. Of course, there's some bigger channels and some smaller channels, and I am catching up. I am catching up on stuff, and this weekend, I have made it a point. I'm not going to say it because I don't want to make any promises and not be able to keep them. So I'm not making any promises. But I have plans this weekend on catching up on a couple of other bigger channels that I really love and need to catch up on. So you'll know who you are because I will be commenting to make sure you know and that I'm there and watching your stuff, and hopefully you'll see my comment because that's. Oh, I know what I wanted to talk about before I let you go about YouTube being a hypocrite and everything but okay, it still has a restriction on my. There's a copyright claim on the video, but it is up for you guys to watch if you want to see. If you want to go and see my tool video that I made. I'm not making another video until I know this has been cleared up. If they, I'm giving it again. I'm giving it 30 days, and if it clears up and they take off the copyright strike off of it, I will make more episodes. I will do my parabola episode, and I will give that will be much much better and have more in depth. And I will be able to talk about that video because I have so much to say about that video in particular, much more than I do about schisms. And that's why that was going to be a just short video. But my parabola one, that was going to be a major video. And yeah, just to say that if you want to check out that tool one that I did for Schism, I'll leave it right up here. And so yeah, it's just also just kind of hammer on home how YouTube is flawed. It could be such a wonderful platform. It's so close to being a great, awesome platform, but there's so many little hangups. There's so many little loopholes and hypocritical things that YouTube is doing, and their design. They need to improve their design 100%. Again, I still would love to if you're going on YouTube to be able to keep this part of the screen, okay, where you have your screen up here static, where your comments underneath, and if you want to scroll down on that to read your comments, you go. But have this stuff here for what's next to be a separate scroll, so that you can scroll down on that and check out what else you might want to look at without losing your image here. There are some times where I will put, you know, image on, like, picture on picture on my laptop, so that I have the image still there and still be able to scroll down and check and so I don't miss what's on the screen. I was like, how hard would that be for you guys at YouTube to do that? You know, that's my little gripe at the end here at the end of this video. That I am about to close. I just wanted, whatever popped in my head to come to be spoken as honestly and as again, as naturally and as spontaneous as possible. I love being spontaneous, and I want my channel to reflect that. And to again, to repeat, embrace the weird, embrace everybody. Don't be so single-minded, and don't, like, that's even a lesson. This is a reminder even to myself to not to be single-minded, to not to be self-centered, and really to open up yourself to others, and not to turn away. There's this. I'm going to say that for another day. Before I babble on, I got to get ready for work very soon, and I still got to post this. But anyway, I just want to say again, thank you everybody who watches my channel on a regular basis. If you want to consider subscribing, I will greatly appreciate it and love you forever. And I love you guys out there. So please, please be safe. Take care. I will see you on the flip side. And please, everybody, have a great day, evening, morning, night, afternoon, wherever you may be. Peace, everybody.